wave of her hand.
Verfinstert, verwirrt sind die Tag mit die Nacht. Ich leid viel Sorges und Pein. Und keiner fühlt sich wie bitter, wie schlecht, als man hat nicht kein Heim, wo zu sein. Man fühlt sich erschlagen, verfremd und verhasst, das eigene Blut von euch macht. Ein Unglück vor sich und vor jenem Last, a Gefallenen zu wehtun ist leicht. Da geh nicht, da steh nicht und treck jeden hoch, wer nur dir ankecken geht. Es so ist dem Guff und als weh ist dem Kopf, wo's darf liegen eingebetten erhebt. Gott, du Herr, mein Gebet, wie bitter ist zu sein allein. Ohne Heim, das ganze Leben geht doch mir nicht ein. Ohne Heim, geprüft wird so kein schon menschlich sein. Das ist die größte, schwerste Leut, wenn Bett allein auf sich dem Teut. Ohne Heim, wisst und wer ist dem, was hat kein Heim. Ja, mir Zigeiner, wir leben sich fein. Ja, mir Zigeiner, wir leben sich und sorgen. Was kann sein schöner wie Zigeiner zu sein? Wir leben heint heus und trachten nicht von morgen. Ja, mir Zigeiner, wir leben sich fein, weil die ganze Welt ist unser Heim. Ohne Heim, das ganze Leben geht doch mir nicht ein. Ohne Heim, geprüft so kein schon menschlich sein. Das ist die größte, schwerste Neut, man geht allein auf sich dem Teut. Ohne Heim, wisst und wer ist dem, was hat kein Heim.
Okay, so now Mari.
Okay. There is no way to determine to what extent Ashkenazic Jews shared the prejudices of their Christian neighbors towards the Gypsies who lived among them in Europe for 1,000 years. But Yiddish literature is full of praise for the virtuosity of Gypsy violinists. And it is well established that klezmorim came into contact with Gypsy musicians, often competing for business, sometimes playing together. Numerous Yiddish songs clearly show the influence of Gypsy music. Jews often played in Gypsy orchestras in the 19th century Austro-Hungarian Empire. The musicologist Yael Strom quotes Franz Liszt as mentioning Jüdische Zigeunerkapellen, Jewish Gypsy music groups. You know, I want to back that up. I saw a video of where the Gypsies are talking about how they used to play for the Jewish weddings, and that kept going. It's absolutely true.
Okay, go on, another.
Hello.
The musicologist Walter Zev Feldman.
Hello. מה נשמע?
נילי, נילי.
אני בסדר, אישרו
נילי. Okay, where is נילי?
Oop, I muted somebody by accident, sorry.
Yeah, but I cannot mute Neely.
yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay, the musicologist Walter Zev Feldman recalls in his book Klezmer, Music, History, and Memory that in his father's hometown in Bessarabia, the local capella was led by a Jewish clarinetist and a gypsy violinist. During Ottoman rule, gypsy musicians playing in predominantly Jewish areas of Moldova often learned to speak Yiddish. Naftule Brandwein, later called the king of the klezmer clarinet, often played with gypsy musicians in taverns in Galicia before coming to America.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mari. Janet, will you go on?
For obvious reasons, many Jews were sympathetic to a people who had no national homeland, who spoke an exotic language, and who were repeatedly persecuted and expelled. The lines in the song, "Yes, we gypsies live the good life. We live without worries. What could be better than to be gypsies?" are meant to mock European stereotypes about them as carefree and easygoing. We know the fate of the gypsies at the hands of the Nazis.
Go on, please.
Jane Pepler sings a song on a hymn with Randy Klockow and their group Mapamundi on their album Lebedik Vinkl, Yiddish Songs from Warsaw, Volume 2. Pepler explains that in 1920, the song appeared in a show called Die Kraft von der Natur, The Power of Nature, produced by Meyerowitz and Fritzl. Later, Ben Zion Whitler adapted the song for his production of the show Yanko Zigeuner, Yanko the Gypsy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Harriet, will you start reading, please?
Sure, yes. Verfinstert, verdiest, wennen die Tag mit die Nacht. The days and the nights are miserable and ravaged. Ich leid viel Sorges und Pein. I suffer a lot of troubles, sorrows, and pain. Und keiner fühlt mich wie bitter, wie schlecht, als me hat nicht kein Heim, wo zu sein. And no one feels as bitter, as horrible as one who has no home to go to. Me
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Me fühlt sich zerschlagen, verfremd und verhasst. One feels dejected, beaten, alienated, and detested.
Das eigene.
Ja. Das eigene Blut von euch macht ein Unglück für sich und für jenem Erlass. Your own blood causes misfortune for you and is a burden for another. Do geh nicht, don't go there. Here, don't go here. Do steh nicht, don't stand here. A gefallene, die weh zu tun is life. It's easy to knock someone down, to cause someone pain. Is that correct?
Maurice?
Well, someone who's already down, it's easy to beat them down.
Okay. Tret jeden op, der nur die entgegengeht. Get out of the way of, cede the way of others to others.
Okay, thank you. Maurice, you have any comments on
No,
this?
that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Harriet. Okay, Eleanor, will you read this?
Oi, ist dem Guf und weh ist dem Kopf, was darf zu liegen in ein eingebettener Heim. Gott in you, Herr mein Gewehen, wie bitter ist zu sein allein.
Can you translate it, please?
I'll try, yeah, and your body and pain, and you have your head hurts when you have to lie in a place that you have begged for. Oh God, hear my complaint, hear my cry. It is so bitter to be alone.
Okay, so just a moment. Maurice, have you
That's
something to
fine.
add?
That's okay.
Fine.
It's good.
Okay, thank you. So just a moment. I see that Elaine raised her hand. Elaine?
Yeah, can we just go back to the Tret jeden op ver nor dir ankegen gate. Can you translate that again?
Can you, Maurice?
It's whoever comes towards you, you have to step aside.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, and also in the next line, would it be I missed oi is them goof and oi is them
Cool.
cup.
Ve-
What
ve.
You're right. So it's goof is the body and cup is the head. So it's oi and ve, both your head and your body. Oi ve, right? Oi is them goof and ve is them cup.
okay, okay. And also I had who has to lie down or stay in an unwelcome home.
Eingebettener.
Eingebettener.
I'm not sure how you would translate that.
How did she translate it?
I translated it just by guessing that it
No,
means
but
okay,
I didn't get it because I was trying
yeah,
to.
I'm trying to answer you. So I translated it as a place you had to beg for, but I'm not sure that's right.
I got reluctantly admitted. So that's similar
To unwelcome.
to unwelcome.
Okay.
Maurice, is this okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Okay, so thank you, Eleanor. Elaine, will you continue to read?
Yes. Onaheim, das ganze Leben geht doch mir nicht ein. Without a home, and I could not put the word, I knew all the words, but I can't put them together for the last part.
All right, turn it down a bit.
The whole life goes for me
Yours.
not ein. I just couldn't put it together.
It's
My
like,
whole life doesn't
yeah,
go.
it's like I don't care for my whole life.
I don't care. Okay.
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 Finish it and then I will let people ask questions.
Okay.
Go.
Onaheim, geprüft dazu soll kein Schum nicht Mensch sein. So without a home, I tried, but I didn't have any. I couldn't be a person. I don't know. Again,
No, so he's saying about the rest of humanity. Kein Schum nicht Mensch sein. No person, no human being should have to live this way.
okay. So what is geprüft dazu?
It's like no one should have to be get used to this kind of a life. No human being. Kein Schum nicht Mensch. Okay?
Yep, got it.
Okay, so let's,
is the word shum?
raise the shum, nothing, no.
Nothing.
No one.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
one.
Shum, I mean, I got all the words, I just
Right.
couldn't put them together.
Refoil,
Dos,
please.
oh, das is greste, this is the.
No, just wait, because people
Oh, okay.
raise their hand. So Refoil and then Harriet. Refoil?
Yeah, the verb eingehen, which we see in the second line, can mean to agree. And so my entire life does not agree with me. I find disagreeable, if you want.
Right.
And there was a question about shum in the last line. It's only found, as far as I know, in a negative construction,
Yeah.
kein shum mensch, no person at all.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you. Harriet?
I saw in the dictionary, nicht eingehen and then dative would mean find no pleasure in, which is the same as everybody else was saying, but that's
Right.
how they translated it.
Right.
And then for geprüft, it also, it can be tried or experienced. So it has the same meaning. No one else should have to experience this.
Right.
Okay, thank you. So go on, Elaine, that another.
Das is die größte, schwerste Noit. This is the greatest and the hardest adversity or hardship. Mebet allein auf sich dem Tod. One prays for one's own death. On a heim, without a home, without a home. Wisst und wie is them. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wisst und weh, sorry. Wisst und weh is them was hat kein heim. Desolate, just full of desolation is he who has no home, or is one who has no home.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Hilda, can you continue, please, Hilda?
Okay. Ja, mil Zigeuner.
Yes.
Ah, mil Zigeuner, mil leben sich fein. We gypsies, we live a good life. Ja, mil Zigeuner, mil leben sich an unsorgen. Yeah. Yes, we gypsies, we live without troubles or sorrow. Was kann sein schöner wie Zigeuner zu sein? What can be better than to be a gypsy? Wir leben heint, ois, is it ois?
Yeah.
Ois und trachten nicht von morgen. We live, we just live our lives and don't think about tomorrow.
Good.
Ja, mil Zigeuner, mil leben sich fein. Yes, we gypsies, we live a good life, weil die ganze Welt is unser Heim, because the whole world is our home.
Good.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, can you continue?
On a heim, without a home, das ganze Leben geht doch mir nicht ein. My whole life, mir nicht ein.
I don't quite know how to translate that. Geht mir nicht ein.
Maurice, can you help her out?
You could say,
Sorry.
my whole life, it's worthless to me. It's not,
Ah, right.
yeah,
Okay. Yes. My whole life is worthless to me. On a home, without a home, without a home. Ge, ge, pro, ge,
prove it.
Prüft, dazu soll kein Schum nicht Menschen sein. Geprüft dazu. Experience it, is it?
Right,
Okay. No one should experience.
good.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you, Hilda. Thank
Thank
you. Okay, Neely, can you read? Maurice will help you translate, but read, Neely.
Das ist gereste, schwerste Neut, Mabet allein auf sich dem Teut. Onaheim, bist und weh ist dem, was hat kein Heim. Maurice, the
Sure.
show is yours.
Yeah, sure. This is the greatest, the most difficult noit is misery. Beit allein auf sich dem Tod. We pray ourselves for death. Unaheim, no home. Vistun weh is dem was hat kein Heim. Desolate and pain is what someone has who has no home.
Okay, Maurice, you need to drink some Goggle Mogul.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may help. I can hear that you are.
Well, I'm
cold.
already on doxycycline.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So sorry. So, any question before we are listening to it once again? Any question? Elaine, you have your hand raised. Is it because you forgot or you have to ask?
No, I forgot to take it down. Sorry.
Okay.
I just looked up the word gypsy and it does say that it's an ethnic slur, but I think
Yeah, you're supposed to use Roma.
Roma, yeah.
Right.
But
Well, I sent Michael a revised introduction where I changed gypsy to Roma, but apparently,
oh, it's okay.
you know,
It's okay.
I sent it to him.
This is the way it was written. This is the way the song was written. So I don't think we need to
Yeah.
change it, but
Yeah.
it is, they say, I don't know, I never knew that. But
Did you grow up using the word gyp?
No,
yes, that's where it comes, that's
Gypney
right.
never knew that it came from
Correct.
gypsy.
Correct, yeah.
Never
That's the
knew
slur.
that.
That's
Bob?
it. Okay,
Bob?
now I realize
Yeah,
that.
yes, Maurice did send the Roma was globally replaced, gypsies in the
Yeah.
what Maurice saw.
Right.
But in the original Yiddish, is Zigeuner in
Oh.
Yiddish so seen as
I know.
meaning?
Names change every day.
You know, Tzigayna did not have
Yeah,
a
but
pejorative.
my question is, in that world, was Zigeuner also an insulting term?
No, Tzigayna
No.
was
We
had
didn't
many
think so.
languages.
I can tell you in German, Zigeuner has now fallen out of.
Tzigayna was never. It was not. It wasn't an insult, but the word gypsy in English has been replaced by Roma or Roma and Sinti.
Yeah. Okay, Daniel, you wanted to say something, Daniel.
Yeah, I just started mentioning that in German too, like the Roma community considers Zigeuner to be offensive. So I suspect that if you went and asked them, they'd probably say the same for Yiddish Zigeuner. But I'm not certain. But I can tell you that.
So what is the word? What is the Yiddish? Is there a Yiddish word replacement?
No,
for
Tzigayna is still the Yiddish word.
And in German, what's the proper word?
Zigeuner.
Nein. No, letztes 6 Jahr. They've taken Zigeuner off all of the packaging.
Yeah, it's Roma now.
Ja,
Okay.
ja, auf Deutsch
Roma.
auch, ja.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Roma.
Okay, so it's to the guy now. Okay, let's listen to it once again.
Verfinstert, verwirrt seinen die Tag mit die Nacht. Ich leid viel Sorges und Pein. Und keiner fühlt sich wie bitter, wie schlecht, als man hat nicht kein Heim, wo zu sein. Man fühlt sich erschlagen, verfremd und verhasst, das eigene Blut von euch macht. Ein Unglück vor sich und vor jenem Last, a Gefallenen zu wehtun ist leicht. Da geh nicht, da steh nicht und treff jeden hoch, wer nur dir ankecken geht. Es so ist dem Guff und es weh ist dem Kopf, wo's darf liegen eingebetten erhebt. Gott, du Herr, mein Gebet, wie bitter ist zu sein allein. Ohne Heim, das ganze Leben geht doch mir nicht ein. Ohne Heim, geprüft dazu soll kein schon menschlich sein. Das ist die größte, schwerste Leut, mein Bett allein auf sich dem Teut. Ohne Heim, wisst und weh ist dem, was hat kein Heim. Ja, mir Zigeiner, mir leben sich fein. Ja, mir Zigeiner, mir leben sich und sorgen. Was kann sein schöner wie Zigeiner zu sein? Wir leben heint heus und trachten nicht von morgen. Ja, mir Zigeiner, wir leben sich fein, weil die ganze Welt ist unser Heim. Ohne Heim, das ganze Leben geht doch mir nicht ein. Ohne Heim, geprüft dazu soll kein schon menschlich sein. Das ist die größte, schwerste Neut, mein Bett allein auf sich dem Teut. Ohne Heim, ist und weh ist dem, was hat kein Heim.
Okay, yes, Bob.
So it's schizophrenic lyrics, right? I mean,
כן,
world is their home and they're miserable.
Right.
you're
And-
right. Depressing song.
Okay, Cookie, you're muted.
Oy,
Cookie, you're muted. Okay, any other comments until Cookie will unmute herself? I see Rochelle.
I just want to make a motion that we have at least every other song be happy.
Yeah.
I try my
I
best.
second that motion.
I try my best.
These are
Okay.
these are Jewish songs. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Not so
Right.
hard.
I
Not
try
so
my
easy.
best. Look,
But you're
I'm
lucky.
bringing
Maurice
songs
is
from
going all is
vaudeville,
skipping all the pogrom songs.
you know,
But
I mean,
I mean,
One,
they're
one at a
wonderful
time,
songs.
guys. People, one at a time. Maurice, you wanted to say something?
no, I mean, I try to vary it. I
Yeah.
try to get the happy songs and the sad songs, and
And we are
you know,
thankful.
I'm limited
we-
by what the what the internet has to offer.
And we are thankful, especially me, because if you won't do it, I will have to do it. So thank you. Okay, Rafael.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a slight grammatical point. They is dem. You wonder why it's dem and not der. It's the dative. Woe is to such a person. And we see that twice or three times in the song using a dative without a preposition. You could add, if you want, they is to them, but you don't want the to. It's not necessary. It's just a simple dative.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Cookie.
There were two words that bothered me a little bit. The word not noit to me is need, not adversity. And
It
the
has
word,
many meanings. Noit can mean misery. It can mean starvation. It has many meanings.
yeah, I always heard it as need. And the word Zorgen to me was always worries, not troubles. Surus is troubles, but Zorgen is worries.
Okay.
Yes? Yes? No, am I wrong? I could be wrong.
I mean, words, words have
Als besorgst,
shades of meaning.
als
People use words
besorgst,
in many different ways. And,
you would use Zorgen for troubles?
I mean, if you have,
They can be.
yeah, if you have very bad troubles, then you worry about them. I mean,
Worry. Zorgen is worry. The word
okay, you
Okay.
win. Zorgen is worries.
worry, not trouble. And also, I wanted to tell you there's a beautiful song, what it called, I happen to know it, but you could listen to it. Ich bin a Zigeuner or a Kleiner, written by Mordechai Gebertig. It's just a beautiful, beautiful song.
I will look for it, and it better be a cheerful song.
No, it's not. In fact, funny thing, one Gentile came over to me once, and she said to me, "Why are all the Jewish songs so sad?" I said, "No, there are plenty. When I would do a show, I would put one sad and one happy, and one sad I would mix. I would never sing two sad songs in a row. Yeah, I always did. By me, Mr. Shane, then I did something sad, back and forth. Yeah, I always mix it."
Okay, thank you, Cookie. Elaine?
Does anybody know what the history of the Roma is? Like, I was always under the impression that they roam the world, or they move from place to place by choice. Not like the Jews. We were kicked out of our home.
No, I
No,
can
it
tell
wasn't by
you,
choice. They were
it was
expelled.
not,
They were
yeah.
exterminated. Whenever they tried to
Did
settle
they
down,
ever have a homeland?
Yes,
I think
Northwest
originally they were
India.
from India,
From
2,000 years
the
ago.
northwest corner, and they were there when the Muslims attacked that area. A lot of people, and not just the gypsies, but a lot of people fled, but the gypsies kept going.
Did they have a religion?
Boy, now we're having a discussion about gypsies.
Yeah, no, that answered my question. I had no idea that it started in India.
Yeah, it
None.
started in India.
Yeah, they did the DNA like 20 years ago, and now they've gone back and they found the languages. There's similarity in the language, similarities in some customs, like they bury things under a new house, and yeah, definitely.
Google it. It'll tell you about India.
Yeah,
It'll tell you everything you want to know.
I think we will leave the Roma to themselves, and we will return to Yiddish. And let's return to Yiddish. So the next story that we are reading, it's called A Nourish Kind by Jacob Dinezon. I don't know if any of you ever heard of him, but I sent you some biographical details about him, and even a video that was done by Boris Sandler. If you haven't looked at it, please look. It's 5 minutes, and it's nice. It tells you a lot about the writer. And this is a complete change from what we read the last few weeks. It's a very quiet story, very atmospheric story. It's like a picture, just like portraying a picture. So let's go and start the new story that we have. So we are here. Okay, I really need to. Okay, that's what I can do. That's okay? Yeah. That's what I can do in terms of making it bigger. Golda, will you start reading, please?
Can you
Golda.
move it a little bit more to the right? Little bit.
That's it.
Okay.
No, we're
Okay.
not getting the end of the line.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
you
we're
don't
missing
get
it.
So just a moment, I will do something here.
The other way.
Wrong way.
The other right, you mean, yes?
Yeah.
The other
Okay,
Oh,
right.
that's
perfect.
great. Yeah, that's great.
Stop. Stop.
Perfect.
Okay.
The
I
foolish
have to tell you,
child.
I have problems with left and right. It's a problem. When I'm telling my husband that he has to go to this right, to the right, I have to show him with the hands because otherwise it's a problem. So anyway.
Okay,
Golda.
ein narrisch Kind, the foolish child. Jesele, das kleine, kein 6-jährige Mädel kann hein gar nicht verstehen, was da tut sich in Stub. Jesele, a little one, young, she's almost 6. She's a little girl.
Coin 6, barely 6.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Almost 6. A little girl. She can't understand anything. She doesn't understand what's going on in the house. Allemal, wenn Resele öffnet nur die Egelach in der Früh und tut darauf, Mamasche, when Resele
No, not
opens her
once,
eyes in
every
the
time.
morning.
Golda, it's not once. Allemol is every time.
Allemal, right. Every time. Thanks. When Resele opens her eyes this morning and she calls out, Mamasche, kommt die Mamasche bald rein. The mother immediately comes in, helps dir aufstehen, and helps us get up, dresses, antan und waschen sich. She helps her get up, get dressed, and helps her wash. Heint hat schon Resele etliche Mal gerufen. Today, Resele called several times und geschrien, and she cried, Mamasche. She cried, Mom. When Mamasche nicht, sie kommt rein und nicht, sie ruft sich abfällt. But one time, Mamasche does not come in, and she doesn't even call out. Reingekommen zu ihr in Kinderzimmer ist gar die Mumme Edle or Edle. Reingekommen zu die her aunt Edle came into her to her children's room. Sie kommt die Mumme Edle, als I früher had. How come the Aunt Edle came so early? Und heint is doch a filling Shabbos, and today it's not even Saturday. Then die Mumme Edle brach nicht stehen in ihr Kram, meistens sich und leidend und kann kommen zu Gast zu der Mamaschen. Wie kommt sie etwas heim? And today isn't even Saturday when Aunt Agala doesn't have to stay in her store. She doesn't have to measure or pull live fabric. And she could even come as a guest to her mother.
how come she's here today?
Okay, so Golda, so just a moment. So Messen sits on Leibend. What is it exactly?
Isn't Leibend fabrics?
Leibend is
Measure, to measure. It's measured.
to measure. Okay, the foil.
Yeah, tzitz is calico or chintz. These are fabrics. And Livent is canvas, I think.
Leibend, I'm sorry, Vinkl.
Livent
What did you
Livent is
say Leibend was?
linen. I have
Linen.
Linen.
So it's linen and chintz.
Okay. So Rafael, if you're still here, how do you translate here is go? So in the Kinderzimmer is go die Mumme Eidele. So how do what is the go doing here?
Surprisingly, actually.
Okay.
So
it's the same as in German.
How about
I just wanted people to pay attention to
and the question about bräuchen, it's a Germanic term meaning to need. It's not used in standard Yiddish, but you do see it often enough. It has to go into the dictionary. Bräuchen is to need.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Golda, another paragraph, please.
When das heint is nicht Shabbos, hat Therese a klochen Simmen ansteht doch Joche die Kechen bei der Kirche und kocht etwas. And today, even though when das heint is today, even though it's not Saturday, Resela has a clear sign. She understands that Yacha, the cook, is standing in the kitchen and she's cooking something. Shabbos wollt Yacha allein nicht kochen. And Saturday, Yacha would not be cooking, says Resela. Resela knows that. Sah kein Geld in der Welt nicht. For any money in the world, she would not be cooking on the Shabbos. Sie hat es von Jochen allein gehört. Resela heard that herself from the cook, from Jochen. Wenn einer kommt, gedenkt Resela. When someone comes, remembers Resela. Die Joche hat sich verdient. I know what it means, but I can't say it in English. Joche hat sich verdient.
Private.
Correct. Und sagt Joche, Hund, Teufel, na, hast du a Million? Nimm und koch mir ab am Mittag Shabbos. Wollte ich sagen, narrischer Mensch, geht euch mit einer Million in Gottes Namen. Ich will meine Schamme nicht verkaufen für kein Geld. And even though Yacha would never cook on Saturday, Resela knows, for all the money in the world, she even heard it herself when Yacha said, when someone comes, remembers Resela, that Yacha hat sich verdient. She favored herself. Or she flattered herself, and she said, Yacha, if it was a dog or a devil, take your million. Take it. I will never cook a meal, mittag, a lunch on a Saturday.
No. The someone that wants to give her probably a million says, take the million and cook a lunch on Saturday. Then she will say,
then she will say, foolish person, go with your million and in God's name, in God's name. She's not going to sell her soul for any amount of money.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Golda. Any question or comments until here? No. Okay, Morty, will you continue, please?
Yeah. Glatt azoi, and just like that, der kennt den Reisele nicht, as Heint is nicht Shabbos, realizes Reisele that today is not Shabbos. Shabbos sei de Stieb gur anders ois. On Shabbos, the house looks completely different. Afili de gas, even the street, der Droisen is Shabbosdik. The outside looks like Shabbos. Min geht ungetun in Shabbosdecken. People dress up in Sabbath clothes. Heintober gehen alle in Wochedecken. Today, however, everybody goes around in weekly clothes. Die Mime idle euch. Die Aunt idle also. So, wie kommt sie heint epis her? So, how come she is here today? The Mimi Idol, Aunt Idol. No, man wundert sie und schreckt sie gemacht. Furthermore, she wonders and is even scared a bit. Was es rudert sich epis in Stieb. Which is going around something in the house. Man läuft etliche Rege von der Mammes Schlafzimmer in Kirch. There's running every moment from the mother's bedroom to the kitchen, von Kirch zurück in Schlafzimmer, back from the kitchen to the bedroom, episodet men sich, and there's something being secretly said, men red azoi still, something is spoken so quietly auf dem Funk, with an eye signal.
With a wink.
Yeah, with a wink, gleich wie men will nicht, als sie, Reisele, soll hören und verstehen, was man redt. Exactly as they don't want that she, Reisele, will hear and understand what they're talking about. Es befällt Reiselen an Angst. Reisele has a fear, und sie läuft zum Schlafzimmer guckt tun. And she runs to the bedroom to take a look. Sie die Mamische ihre Schlaftage noch, whether her loving mother is still sleeping, sie ist schon wach, or whether she is already awake. By their Tierrober, however, by the door, begegnet Reisele epis eine a Fremde. By the door, however, by the door meets Reisele somebody strange, ungetin in a weißen leibenden Kittel, dressed in a white leibenden Kittel.
Linen.
Linen.
Yeah, Kittel. Other photo or a
Apron.
Or an apron. Der Kopf herumgebunden und euch mit a sehr weißen Leben, and the head covered with also a white cover, welche verstellt Reiselen der Reingang in Zug, that that forbids Reisele from going in, and she says, "Geh, my Kind, go, my child. Von wannen du bist gekommen, from where you came. Man darf sie nicht erzint, man darf sich tun erzint nicht. You shouldn't really be here now."
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Morty. Rochelle, will you continue?
Yes.
Where is it?
Wer ist sie? Was für a Dehe hat sie? Nicht hereinzulassen mir zu mein lieber Mammeschein. Who is she? What kind of Dehe, authority does she have not to allow me to see my dear mother? Will sich Reisele fragen? Reisele wants to ask. Nur in der Regel bemerkt sie, wie die eigene fremde Schaft sich mit allem in Stub und was,
It's a long sentence, so
ja,
stop it.
und was
Yeah.
noch sie heißt von, tut man bald und man redt gar a Wort nicht über. Okay, so Reisele fragt, so Reisele asks, but in her questioning, she notices that the stranger schafft sich, is involved with everybody in the house, and whatever she says to do, whatever she tells them to do, they do immediately. Und man redt gar a Wort nicht, and they don't even discuss anything. Okay? Reisele aber will sich weiter der Fremder, als sie hat vor ihr kein Meure nicht und prüft sich reinreißen zu der Mamischen über Gewalt. So Reisele wants to show that she is not afraid of the stranger, as sie hat kein Meure nicht, and she tries to get by her to get in to see her mother over the shouting or over the fact that she's not being allowed in. Die Fremde aber ceremoniert sich nicht mit ihr, but the stranger doesn't engage with her und stößt Reselin zurück heraus and pushes Resela back out, noch eider sie hat a viele a getan, even before she was able to see anything, was tut die Mamischen, whatever her mother is doing.
Okay, so just a moment, Rochelle. Ceremoniet, it's a stronger word that from what we translated it.
Okay,
can someone say how to translate it into English?
No, I translated as engaged with,
Yeah, but it's more than this. It's more than just engage. Rafael, mach nicht a Zeremonie.
Yeah, I've got it in my dictionary as to mess around with someone or just to Ceremonien sich, is to mess around with a kid.
Yeah.
Is it possibly can't be bothered with her?
Yeah.
Okay. The translation says the stranger doesn't bat an eyelash.
Translation, okay, we have.
Yeah, but you get the idea from.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Rochelle, another line.
Okay. Resele bleibt stehen von der Deit.
Deit.
Oh, Deit. Resele remains standing aside, verschämt und verklemmt. Ashamed and verklemmt.
Silent.
What?
Silent.
Silent, okay. Und, und Tränen und Tränen weisen sich in ihre Augen, and tears are beginning in her eyes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any comments, any questions?
Verklempt means silent here?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, she's
Translate. I think it has a lot of deeper meaning.
Yeah, when you say I'm verklempt, that's, you don't mean I'm
Choked up.
silent. You mean I'm like deeply emotional.
Yes.
Choked
Yeah.
up.
Upset.
Choked up.
Choked
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Choked up is a good one. Yes.
That's good.
It's a beautiful description of what this child is going through.
Of what is going, yeah. And we can only imagine, we will see later, but we can only imagine what's going
But
on.
she seems to be much more aware than the first line led us to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, she's aware that it's not Shabbos. She's aware, she's aware of many things.
Yeah.
Okay, Refoil, can you continue, please?
Yes. Bald kommt heraus die Babze Gitterle von Schlafzimmer. Soon, I assume Babze is like Granny. Granny Gittel comes out of the bedroom. Geht zu Reselin. She approaches Resel. Beruhigt sie, and she calms her down. Mir war dein Nägele, mein teuer Kind. How are you going to translate this? May it happen to me, whatever should happen bad to your smallest finger. My dear child. Ret die Babze Arais, Granny says. Der Zendik, noticing, wie das Kind steht verklemmt, that the child is standing upset, mit Augen voll Tränen, with her eyes full of tears. Babze, klippet das Kind Arais, Beleidigung. Granny, the child sobs her Beleidigung, the fact that she has been insulted. Was hat sie mich herausgetrieben? Why did she drive me away, drive me out? Treffen sich das verklemmte Herzl beim Kind. The emotionally upset little heart of the child opens up, und sie brecht aus mit der heftigen Gewein, and she breaks out with a deep outcry. Svenor, was für ein narrisch Kind du bist. Just see what a silly child you are. Tres die Babze. Her granny comforts her. Mich allein hat man doch euch herausgetrieben. Und ich wein gar nicht. They also drove me out, but I'm not crying. Soll nur mein Kind, die liebe Mameschi deine, das Peckel überkommen und gesund werden, your beloved mother, my child, should only overcome this problem, Hekel here meaning problem, and become healthy, wird das zum Schiddich uns beiden gar nicht schaden. That won't get in the way for either of us of a shidduch. It's like my grandmother used to say, you'll be fine by the time of the wedding.
That too.
I think that's what it means here. Wird das zum Shidduch uns beiden gar nicht schaden. It won't get in the way of a shidduch eventually. Derweil hat sich der Herr Deppes ein nicht gewöhnlich Geschrei. Meanwhile, there was heard an unusual cry von der lieber Mamischen, an outcry from her beloved dear mother. Resele is a verzitterte geworden. Resele began to shake. Und von groß Rachmones auf der Mamischen, and out of great compassion for her mother, hat sie ihre eigene Beleidigung vergessen. She forgot the insult to herself. Komm, mein Kind, steh da nicht, hat die Babse sie von Schlafzimmer wie über Gewalt weggeführt. Come on, my child, don't stand here. Her granny pulled her with force away from the bedroom. Babse, was tut weh, der lieber Mamachin? But Granny, what's hurting my dear mother? Fragt das Kind mit Angst. The child asks anxiously. Was soll der weh tun? So what should be hurting her? Es tut ihr weh, was darf weh tun? What hurts is what's supposed to hurt. Was muss weh tun, which has to hurt. Was tut weh etlicher Isha in ihrer Lage, that hurts every woman in her situation. Entfert die Babse. Granny answers. Redendig zu sich, mehr wie zum unschuldigen Kind. Speaking more to herself than to the innocent child.
Thank you, Rafael. We enjoyed it a lot, your voices. So yeah, if you pay attention, no one says anything about being pregnant, of giving birth. Everything goes like, around it. So, okay, Susan, will you continue?
Wait, it's thinking
It says-
8-year-old would have noticed something.
But she's 6, so I don't know.
Doesn't it say a woman's problem or something? Didn't we just hear that?
Yeah.
No?
No,
Okay.
No. Yeah,
Never
but
mind.
they never say it precisely. They find every way to not let the child know what's going on.
What's going on? Yeah.
So is this, and maybe we'll discuss afterwards. I mean, I'm wondering if this is like an Ayin Hara thing. I mean, in my world, there's so much, oh, you're going to be a big sister and won't it be nice to have a baby? And, not a word.
Well, that's a possibility, That's a possibility that you shouldn't talk about it just in case something bad happened. That's a possibility. Susan, yes?
I think it's talking of old people.
I don't know. Susan?
Aber was, but what, Babsi Tyra, dear grandma? Beit sich Razela asks, men soll sagen that they should tell her once, ask them to tell her. Was tut weh, der lieber Mamachen? What is hurting my dear mother? For was krächzt sie und schreit so? Why is she
Groaning.
What would the word be? Correct. Complaining.
Complaining.
Moaning.
I thought breath was
Moaning.
groaning.
Moaning.
Yes, moaning or groaning.
Moaning.
She's screaming like that. Zainor, was hast du schon kein Zeit nicht? See that, look at that. You don't have any more time? And for die Babze, Grandma, her granny answers, als noch redendig zu sich. Just as though she's talking to herself. Mehr wie zum Kind, more than talking to the child, the Babetzi is talking to herself. Wirst noch wissen, oi, wirst es noch wissen. You will get to know it, oi vey. You will know what's going on. Als heißt wissen, everything you could call knowing what's going on, anything you want. Der Leben will ich es noch, herzige Vater in Himmel. I want to get through this. I want to live past this.
The translation is, I hope I live long enough to see it happen to you. All this pain, meaning I hope I live long enough to see you giving birth to a child.
To a child, yeah.
Oh, I want to live long enough to see it happen to you, my dear. Dear Father, in heaven.
Yeah.
Raisele guckt die Bobzen. Raisele looks at her grandmother und wundert sich, and she's wondering, was die Bobze allein is euch heint anders, and she wonders why the grandmother herself is different today. Wie allemol, etwas red sie und red, und man kann gar nicht wissen. Like most of the time, she says something and she talks and talks, and you don't know was sie redt, and you don't know what she's talking about. For was will die Bobsi mir nicht aussagen, was tut weh der lieber Mammechen? Why doesn't the grandma want to tell me what is hurting my dear mother? Fragt das Kind mit Verdruss. The little girl asks, annoyed. Nu, als du wirst schon wissen, als der Bauch tut weh der Mammechen. Well, you'll find out that her stomach is hurting, your Mammechi's stomach. Wirst du schon aufhören, mir zu mutschen, then you'll stop bothering me mit deiner kindische Fragen, with your babyish asking and asking. Zug schon endlich die Bobte Arois nicht gern. So the Bubba says this, though she doesn't want to, or Arois nicht Zug schon endlich.
How would you translate the nicht gern? That she doesn't want to say it? Reluctantly, maybe?
Zug schon
Someone help me?
I
Is
think
it
it's
reluctantly?
unwillingly.
Unwillingly, reluctantly, okay.
Der Bauch, the belly, her belly, redt das Kind über. The child repeats, es gleibt sich Raislin gar nicht. Raisel doesn't believe anything, als der Mammechen kann euch der Bauch wehtun. She can't believe that also the mother's stomach is hurting her.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Marsha, that's yours. Marsha?
Der Mann sich als mit etliche Tag zurück hat ihr Reiselin wehgetan, das Beichele stark wie stark wehgetan. She's thinking
she remembers
remembering that Raisel's belly was hurting her very much. Hat die Mammeche ihr amalt gesagt. Das ist der Fall, was die heißt die
Was du Ost?
Die hast die Mammeche nicht I know what gefolgt und gegessen die nicht zeitigen Äppelach and she didn't listen to her mother, and she ate the unripened apples, and that's why she got a bellyache. Is that right?
Yes.
Was ich hab das gegeben nur zu spielen sich, aber nicht zu essen. I gave you the apples just to play with, not to eat. Babitze, die Mamasche aber hat doch kein nicht zu nicht zu seitige Äppelech nicht gegessen. For was tut weh der Bauch? The mommy didn't eat the unripened apples, so why is her belly hurting? Fragt das Kind wieder. Again, the child is asking again. Ja, nicht gegessen, aber die Mutter Chave hat schon vor ihr gegessen. The mother, she did eat the. I'm not sure how to translate.
She didn't eat the apples, but our mother Eve did eat the apple.
En für die Babitze, wie Kemat doch gar nicht zu versteht das Kind, was sie sagt zu nicht. The child didn't understand. Somebody else better translate that.
Kimert? What's Kimert?
Kimert.
Okay, Rochelle?
No, what I want to say is that that's a wonderful image here, that Eve ate the apple, and the myth is that that's why she has pain in childbirth. So Eve ate it for all of us. It's just
so. What is
wonderful
Kimert?
expression.
I didn't look up what is Kimert. So
I have it. It's a bother, a worry.
Oh, so the grandmother, she's not worrying if the child understands or she doesn't understand.
Thank you.
Okay, so Elaine, yes. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you.
The word gefolgt. What is the verb, and what is that? What does it mean? What?
Obey.
She didn't obey.
The verb is folgen.
It's gefolgt is not to obey.
To obey.
She
Folgen.
did. Okay, so what's the present? What's the verb? What's the infinitive?
Folgen.
Folgen. Okay.
Okay, so let's, a small paragraph that goes together with it. So Beverly, can you read?
You have to scroll it up.
At the bottom? Oh, yes.
Yes.
Ja, nicht gegessen. Yes, they didn't, not eaten. Aber die Mutter Chave hat schon vor ihr gegessen.
No, this way read. Oh, then other paragraph.
Oh, she read that already. Oh, wenn nicht Yannick.
Jens.
Was ist Jens?
That.
Oh, wenn nicht Jens verscholten Äppele. I don't know, what is Jens?
Jens, that.
Oh, that
one.
That cursed apple.
Cursed. The cursed apple. Was die Mutter Chave hat in Gan Eden gegessen. What the mother Eve ate in the Gan Eden. All of a sudden they bring in the Gan Eden. Wollten Chave's Töchter nicht bedarf wissen. So Eve's daughters didn't have to know?
Yes.
Okay. Nicht dem Zar von Trogen. They didn't have to know the, how do you translate that?
Distress.
Worry of carrying.
Right,
Yes.
the stress of carrying, like carrying a baby.
Exactly.
Nicht die Pein und Wetigen von haben, and they didn't have the pain and suffering of having
Giving birth.
Yes,
giving birth.
Giving birth. Yeah.
I never heard this story. Wie die schöne Äppelach auf die junge Bämelach wollten Kinder geboren geworden. So these beautiful apples on these young trees, children would have been born, I guess.
If children had been born like beautiful
Like
apples on trees.
Yeah.
Gewachsen und ausgehadvet sich. They grew, and ausgehadvet means gewachsen too, I think. They grew and they grew up.
Grew up, yeah.
Themselves. Und dein Mamasche, mein Liebkind, and your mother, my loving child, wollt it's gesund gewesen. So your mother would be healthier now. Der Bauch wollt ihr verspart wehtan. Her belly, how would you translate it? It wouldn't hurt her. Her belly wouldn't hurt her.
Yes.
Und ich wollt verspart Tirutzim sich dir geben auf deine kindische
Kashes.
Oh my, that's tough. And you would be, I can't, that's too hard.
And I will not have to give you all kinds of terutzim.
Yeah,
excuses,
or justification.
Yeah.
I would be spared from having to reply to your childish questions.
Your childish questions. Was, for was, and for when. Why and why not, and why.
But I love how it's cautious. They're cautious, not fresh.
Okay, we will stop here.
Verspart.
Is we want F2, but I don't know exact word. Morty, do you know the exact word for sport?
It's to be spared.
It wouldn't have to.
Susan, I cannot hear you. You're muted.
It would have been avoided or
yes.
not had to.
Don't have to. Okay, so that's for today. We will continue the story next time. Any questions, any comment on the story?
Well, we had a neighbor and we always called her Bupsa. I thought that was her real name until today.
Okay.
I mean it. She was the grandmother and she lived there, but her name to all of us was Bupsa. But now I see it really meant Bubby.
Okay.
When she
Thank
died,
you.
yeah.
Okay. So yes, Maurice.
I just wanted to, we had the word verklempt, and I think the problem arises because somehow in English, the word verklempt has taken on a humorous meaning. I'm not sure which comedians
It
used
was
it that way.
Richmond. It was for Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
But she
In-
didn't say
Yiddish,
verklempt.
verklempt doesn't have a humorous connotation. It means somebody who's really distressed, somebody who's really upset. Verklempt beim Herz. Your
Yeah.
heart is crushed.
I paid
Anyway.
$750 for a seat to see Barbara Streisand at Madison Square Garden. And when she came out and the place was screaming, she says, "You better stop because I'm getting verklempt."
But the woman on Saturday Night Live, she didn't say verklempt. She said she made up a word, verklempt. She just made up the word, but
That's true. When they write it, they put a V. You're right.
She said, "I'm verklempt." Yeah.
Any
Then
comments?
I'm so sorry, but next Tuesday I have a eye doctor's appointment.
Okay.
Miss.
Okay. We know that all the doctors are doing it on Tuesday. It's just to spite us. I'm sure they know they're
I made the
spiting us.
appointment so long ago, but
I know.
I'll never do that again.
That's why they play golf on Wednesday.
Exactly, because Tuesday they say the Yiddish Vinkl is on Tuesday. Let's spite them.
I don't make any appointments.
But I might even come. My appointment's at 10 o'clock in the morning in North Palm Beach, but if
It's
they
okay,
don't
no problem.
dilate my eyes, I'll be back.
No problem, Golda. Susan?
Just tell her not, don't worry, don't get verklempt.
Yeah.
Can I, would clamped be a good cognate for verklempt?
For sure.
Like my heart just
Your
gets
heart is in a
clamped, my
vise.
emotions, yeah.
Ah,
crushed.
It just occurred to me that that's a good
is.
cognate for it.
Okay, so I hope that next week
in a negative way. Verklempt is I don't know. It's just my heart is getting so stuffed up. I never felt it was negative. I used to feel, oh, ich bin verklempt mit, with joy, with, I don't know. I always saw it positively.
I just want to say, I will send again the link to our Zoom. And by any chance, if it acts up again next week, just go to the app. Go to the app and put in the, all the information.
What do you mean go to the app? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
You just put the address in Google. Just put it in the address line.
In the address.
Copy the link and paste it into the address line on your
Because
computer.
usually we are going through the Michael, when Michael is sending.
Yeah, right.
So usually we go through it. For some reason today it didn't
Just
work.
today.
Yeah,
I was wondering about that.
The computer got verklempt.
Yeah, exactly. Zoom got verklempt. Anyway.
I have one last anecdote on verklempt.
Okay.
So we all know Beethoven, or we know the name. In his 13th string quartet, the cavatina was considered Beethoven's favorite movement. And in the middle of it, presumably, he started crying. Of course, he was deaf at the time, but he started crying when he was writing down the notes for the cavatina. And he wrote in his manuscript, verklempt.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, really?
Did he write it or someone else wrote it?
Excuse me?
Did he write it or someone else wrote it?
He wrote Beethoven's string quartets?
No, the verklempt.
Oh, no, he did. He wrote.
The verklempt.
He wrote verklempt.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to know.
Well,
The
that was,
verklempt.
the verklempt was the notation for the musicians.
Okay.
How to play this music.
It was the expression mark for the music.
Jewish? Was he Jewish?
So it's in German as well?
Probably.
Probably.
I never heard it in German, but probably it's also, Daniel is not here.
I didn't get an answer. Was Beethoven Jewish?
No, not everyone is Jewish. Not everyone is
No,
Jewish.
only Columbus was Jewish.
Only Columbus. Not
Lincoln, I think
Beethoven.
Lincoln was Jewish.
Bob, you know a lot about music. That was your, you worked in the music industry or?
No, I just like music.
Okay.
And I was a DJ, a classical music DJ for a while. So
Is there something like this, a classical music DJ?
DJ.
Yeah, but how do you do this one?
How do I do the what?
When DJs, when it plays and they do this, so it makes a sound.
No, that's just the rap DJs.
That's the rap.
DJ just means you're on the radio sharing music. That's
Okay. So that was not your work. Okay. What was your work, if I may ask?
Excuse me?
What was your work, if I may ask?
Computers.
Computers, okay.
But my love is music.
Yeah, we can see because you know so much about it. So that's why I thought that you were something professional. Okay, so nice having you and Metzersehen. Imir Hashem Dandre, and okay, so remember, if it doesn't work,
Tomorrow night for my birthday present, I'm going to see L'chaim, the Jewish Broadway. Everything the Jews have written on
Oh
Broadway.
my, that sounds great.
I
That's
saw it.
nice.
It's up in Boca.
Oh, how wonderful. And don't
That's
forget, in an
nice.
hour, Sheva Zucker is speaking on Fischel's group.
Yeah.
The teacher, our teacher.
Okay.
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 Now,
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.